Now, you may recall that LA County enacted their own mask mandate, exact same mandate, basically, that everyone has to wear masks indoors. And I feel like, considering this, that it's just a matter of time before Orange County follows suit. Those are comments that I made in a video the other day that I never got a chance to publish. I thought we might be hearing from Orange County and Disneyland pretty soon, but I wasn't expecting it to happen the next day, yesterday. But heard from Disney we have. Yesterday, Disney announced that they are going to begin requiring masks from all guests, whether or not they've been vaccinated. Masks will be required indoors at the Disneyland Resort, both here at Disneyland and at Walt Disney World. This policy will go into effect on July 30th, that's tomorrow. And we're gonna talk about that and a lot more next on FreshBaked. Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to FreshBaked. Man, that is a bombshell that Disney dropped on us yesterday. So let's talk about that. Masks are required starting July 30th indoors, but so far no other restrictions were given. There are no new limits on capacity, no new limits on dining indoors or queuing indoors, only that masks must be worn indoors. This, by the way, they're doing on their own. This is not based on any sort of state or federal requirement. They're doing this in accordance with updated CDC guidelines that basically suggested the same thing, masks indoors, whether or not you're vaccinated. So far, the state of California has not made any change to their requirements. Right now, the state is fully open. Neither has Orange County. Though I expect, again, that it won't be long before everybody sort of falls in line. This means Universal, Six Flags, Knott's Berry Farm, but we haven't heard from any of them yet, but I do think we will soon. Now, there are a couple of ways that we can process this news. And by the way, these are drastically different. And that's the way it's been, man, with the virus, with everything, with the vaccine, very fractured. The United States populace is very fractured on this. There are two drastic points of view, and actually all points in between. But there are two ways I feel like that we can process this news. One, that it's just a precaution due to the rising number of cases of the Delta variant, especially among those unvaccinated, and that there is no reason to think it will extend beyond masks. Or two, it's closer to the beginning of something more. In the case of the former option, as mentioned, only masks are being required right now. Actually, the masks aren't even being required, they're being recommended by the CD. It's Disney that's going to require them. So while some might argue this is not a law, there's going to be no enforcement, there will be enforcement. It is a law if you're inside of Disneyland. If you're going to be on Disney property, that is a Disney law, and there will be enforcement. But that's it. Business as usual otherwise. In fact, it does still feel like, even recently, that Disney is trying to maintain some momentum, some progress. It was just the other day that they announced an extension of the park schedule, adding another hour to the end of the day. Disneyland will be closing at 11 p.m. And DCA at 10 p.m. starting August 15th. So it can be observed that Disneyland is still trying to move forward, but there is that other possibility. Yes, they are saying masks only right now, but I am reminded of flattening the curve. As in, back in the day, it wasn't supposed to be a year or more. It was supposed to be just a few weeks. So first it's the masks, and then it's the capacity limits, and then something possibly even more drastic. And where I might be inclined to think, well, how can the state and federal governments incur so much expense, cost to the economy? All that unemployment that they would have to pay, all those tangential effects on the economy, both locally, on a city, on a county, on a state level, and on a federal level. It would be disastrous, right? But again, I'm reminded that I thought the same exact thing a year ago, that there's no way that they would shut down the whole economy for a year or close to it. It would be devastating, but they did. And well, here we are. And it's not like we've even recovered. It's not like we've even gotten over it and we're now, on the way up. Disney's still bleeding cash today. They are, of course, in better shape than they were when they were closed and making no money at all, but they're still not anywhere near where they need to be. This is a really important time for fans of Disneyland, fans of theme parks in general. And I have to say that I'm not feeling particularly optimistic. There is still a lot of resistance to wearing masks. I didn't mind them myself. I was fine with it. I wore them wherever I had to, but I certainly do prefer not wearing them. I can tell you that much. And there is still a lot of resistance to the vaccine, especially here in Orange County. There are many cities surrounding Disneyland in the county that are just not into it. If you're on social media and you've seen Huntington Beach trending, yeah, that's here. That's just 15 minutes from Disneyland. So if you were to ask me, I would lean more toward there being more restrictions ahead after the mask mandate rather than just sort of, resolving itself anytime soon. It's more likely that Disney's sort of self-imposed capacity restrictions, because right now they could operate at 100% capacity, but it does feel like those self-imposed capacity restrictions are going to remain in effect probably through at least 2021. And we haven't even talked about or included thoughts about the upcoming recall election that's happening on September 15th. The results of that election, ignoring all the other impacts that it could have across the state, will have a major impact on operations in theme parks. In fact, there are some that are suggesting that if Newsom were to survive this recall election and remain as governor, that we could see more restrictions, not less. That Newsom has been silent. You haven't heard from him since June 15th regarding COVID, other than to say, go get vaccinated. We haven't heard from him since June 15th. But if he were to survive September 15th, we might be hearing from him again. It sounds dramatic, and I have no idea if those suggestions are truth. I mean, because who could know? But it does seem like all of this is going to center around vaccinations. So it does feel like September 15th is a very important date, the next important date as far as Disneyland is concerned. That is our new target date, and it's the date that the news cycle might begin for maybe any new COVID restrictions, because the result of the election will probably dictate what kind of restrictions we have or don't have. Any word on annual passes, any word on Fast Pass or Max Pass, or even possibly the paid Fast Pass system like that's being used at Shanghai and Disneyland Paris right now. We can hear about any of those things or all of them, all beginning likely around September 15th. Until then, do stay tuned to FreshBaked, because we're going to be covering all of those stories in detail. FreshBaked is your leading authority on what's happening around the Disneyland Resort, and we're also your leading authority on how to have a good time at Disneyland. If you haven't already, do check out our most recent trip reports from the park. They're a lot of fun. We've got a report from the Jungle Cruise premiere with sightings of Dwayne Johnson in the park, and we've got a lovely little trip report that we did otherwise from that day where we sampled a bunch of food from Jolly Holiday and really had a great time and got some great footage from around the parks. It's our trip reports. You know what? We don't just do news. We do amazing coverage of Disneyland. We are the best of Disney, baked fresh daily. Now, I know that this update has been a bit of a bummer for some of you, so let me take this opportunity to try to cheer you up just a bit. Do you guys remember Limited Time Magic? This goes back to 2013. It's the Long Lost Friends event held at Big Thunder Ranch, now Galaxy's Edge. And it was an amazing event featuring some very rare characters for guests to meet. I hope you enjoy. Stay tuned for more from FreshBaked. Today and yesterday. Check this out. Looks like we're getting ready for something. Who else? Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh. They're all, oh my gosh. It's the Peter Pan guys. But first, it's Turk and Jane. Okay, so we got Jane and Turk over here again. What are they doing? What is Turk doing? Is he? What's he doing? Is he going through her backpack? I'm sorry. Jeez.
Yeah, he's going through a backpack.
That's such a ape-like thing to do, I guess. Oh my gosh, it's Wendy and Peter and Smee and Captain Hook. They're up to some really good shenanigans right now too. This looks really, really funny. He just snuck into our, we just got video bombed. That looks awesome. I think Hook is becoming one of my favorite characters. He is so out there.
I'm multitasking. Are you guys all together? Well. Okay. Go ahead, go up there. What did you do? You didn't like it?
You did. Thanks, man. I know, that's awesome. I love that. I'm probably the only person who likes to get video bombed.
Thanks, guys. All right, go watch the contest.
Oh. Oh my God, that guy's aggressive.
Thanks, guys.
So you got Ping, which is Mulan in boy style, and Mushu.
Oh, watch out for that hook.
Get that.
I don't know.
That's awesome. Oh. Okay, so yeah, Mushu, Ping for Mulan. Actually, it is Mulan. Mulan is Ping, and then you got a whole bunch of pigs and a wolf. I think there's at least three pigs. But not that little. They're kind of big, actually. They're more like three giant pigs. Now officially geeked out about this little scene. Oh my God, the big bad wolf is sneaking up on him. Look at. Here he comes. He's gonna apparently. I think he might blow their house down right here. That one pig looks really angry. He looks furious.
Okay, that just looks weird.
Doesn't that look crazy? I apologize everybody in advance because these pictures are going to suck that I'm about to take, because they're really difficult to see anything without getting in everybody's way.
Okay, let's calm down. Let's calm down. Settle down. Settle down. Well, folks, in just a few seconds, I'm going to bring out a whole new slew of long-lost friends. They cannot wait to meet and be with all of you. Are you excited to see them? That's good news. We sure are, and here they come.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as part of limited time magic, here come some Disney long-lost friends.
Let's meet and smile. We haven't seen you for the longest while. Without a doubt, I have to shout with the happy in the rain. In fact, I have to say that seeing it just makes my day when you're here with me. There's just no other place I'd rather be.
That was totally awesome, huh? All right, here they are. They brought them all up front.
This is Sheriff of Nottingham and the evil scheming Prince John. Everybody duck! Not that kind of duck, these kinds of ducks. Uncle Scrooge McDuck. Professor Ludwig von Drake is here to see us. All the way from Notre Dame is the charming Esmeralda. The king of the gypsies, Clopin, has joined us. You all say YOLO, but I say Frollo. He's here as well. From Virginia, say hello to Miko. He brought Pocahontas and John Smith with him. Look out, John Smith, that's the evil Governor Ratcliffe. And on the end, we have the berries from Sleeping Beauty.
So we're trying to get you some video of the new group just came out, but you can't get anywhere. The crowds are so thick. You can't really get anywhere. This line right here, this is all we're coming across to go to where? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what line that's for, but you can't. I don't know. You can't get anywhere in there.
He's also good at fingering. Oh no.
Duck butt.
Hot dog butt. Hot dog butt. Hot dog butt. Hot dog butt.
All the people right here. Right? This line, next one. This is there now.
That's awesome.
These girls are awesome. Look at that. That's the cutest thing in the whole wide world.
I can.
Gargoyles? Ooh.
You know it back there. What are they?
Which one?
So, okay, Hunchback, Frollo, Esmeralda, and Clopin, right?
Who's the hunchback?
Hunchback, he's not here. You mean the character? Quasimodo, Hunchback, I don't know. Anyway, this is a cool group. I like the clothing guy. He's pretty funny. But Frollo is creepy. Don't you think?
Like I just saw her over there.
That's a creepy character.
Like the bag.
That's funny. The raccoon's afraid of Mushu. What's the raccoon's name again?
Miko.
Miko, that's right. That is the Long Lost Friends meet here at the Jamboree and the backside of Frontierland. I'm just going to give you a long view of everything that's going on right now. They got the Davis Band playing right now. You can see that in the background. You know, this event was really cool. This is one of the better limited time magic events they've had. You know, I'm kind of bummed that we didn't get to get a better look at it because it's really crowded and it's hard to get around and get decent pictures and get decent videos. So, you know, I'm sorry about that, guys, but I did the best I could. And it's fun and it's festive and everybody's having a good time. Wish you were here. So that's it from here. See you next time.